That means there is no waiting period for interview or HR round. And if I ask you to rate skip the dishes,
Like, this is the thing I like, and that's why I'm doing it. And apart from that, there
Guys, just look at the tip amount on this.
hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel. I hope you have all understood from the title of this video what we will be discussing in this video. Yes, you are right. We will discuss some alternative job options that you can do in Canada. As you all know that Canada is going a real financial struggle and there has been layoff in several companies, so people are struggling to find their job, and the job market in Canada also is getting intense. So we thought to discuss some ways where you can earn as your alternative source of income.
So I will tell you one thing, that in this present situation, no matter how long, how many jobs you apply every day, you apply for 100 jobs, 200 jobs, you write different resume, you write cover letter, everything. It is quite expected that you will not get a response. Now I will tell you a different, like a source of income. What you don't really have to wait for an interview. You just have to have a car. Even if you don't have a car, if you have a bike, that is a cycle, you can start a food delivery. I might be wrong if I say only the food delivery. It is not exactly food delivery. Even we have Instacart, that is kind of, where that is based on the grocery delivery. People use that one as well. But I personally prefer the food delivery thing, because to be very honest, in Instacart, they will give you a list of the grocery and you have to go and find those groceries. I'm not that kind of guy who usually do much groceries, and I don't have that much knowledge. So rather than that, I prefer food delivery, where they just tell you this is the restaurant, you have to go and you collect the food from there and deliver it to the customer. Here, the three major food delivery companies are Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. I personally have done Skip the Dishes and Uber Eats, so I can give you some. I can tell you about some experience in these two delivery work. In this episode, we will give you a elaborate idea about Skip the Dishes, and then maybe in the next we will do another video where we will explain more about Uber Eats. So people who are interested for this kind of things, they get a much better idea. So for Skip the Dishes, you can do it either on your car or your bike. They don't have a problem with that. Okay, so first thing is that we will give you the link in the description from where you can apply for Skip the Dishes. Once you apply there, they will first ask you for the police verification. Then they will ask you some other documents. For example, for the car, they will ask for the car insurance. That definitely you have to have, and that is the only thing for the car. But I don't think for the bike they need anything or they ask for anything. Then they will ask you if you have to purchase your own thermal bag. That is not like Skip will not pay for that.
Now we are in the second part of this video. In this section we will discuss how much you can earn from Skip. Before jumping into any job, it's very important to know how much you can earn approximately from that job. So here we will give you some idea about what you can expect from Skip.
So, if you guys are driving on the weekend, you can expect it can be a range starting from $15 to $22. If it is a really good day, like if you're working on a stat holiday, you can earn up to 25 as well. On the weekdays, it is not that great. Weekdays have earned starting from, you can say, around $10 per hour till it can go till $15, $16. Now I am going to share some real-time data of my earning. I drove for 4 hours on this Thursday and I earned around $105. You can also see the tip amount I got in each trip. So, and you can see how many trips I have done. The majority of the amounts are above $10. Guys, just look at the tip amount on this. Even Skip will pay you if you have to wait longer on the restaurant. I got $1.25. Guys, you can see on this trip I didn't have any tip. So just Skip had paid me $2.23 bonus so that at least I have a decent income.
So guys, you see, it really depends on what days you are doing skip. Just like he mentioned that if you are doing skip in weekends, you can earn up to $22 per hour. But if you are doing in weekdays, it can go little bit less. It will be around $15 per hour. But remember, these all are some approximation we are giving. You can earn a little bit less or little bit more depending on your particular day you are driving skip. And also don't forget the city you are in and the neighborhood you are going for skip, that can highly impact your skip earn. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of driving skip? So like everything, it also has some good thing and some downsides too. So let's discuss what are those.
And now I will tell you about the advantage of the skip. That if you are working on the weekends and if you are working in the peak hours, like I will say in the dinner time, mostly starts from 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it goes till 8 or 9, you really can make even more money than any base entry level office job. So for example, you can make even $22 or till $23, $24 that you can't make in a basic entry level job, because in Ontario the basic pay is still around $16. So that is another advantage I would like to say. And the third one, as per my understanding, is this is not like you have to apply for the job and then you have to wait till the interview you get, and then again you have to wait to know if you are selected in the interview or not. So my experience when I started, I just enrolled. We will give you the link in the description. That once you went on that and signed in, then they asked for me for a background verification check. That's a police clearance. It is very normal for any office jobs or kind of that thing here. And once you clear that, I had to purchase one thermal bag. That was not that expensive. It's around $20. I purchased it from the third-party vendor. I didn't go with the skip the actual skip bags. And then then maybe in a week they told me, okay, we have a driver's requirement in this particular location. I work in Kitchener-Waterloo area, and then you are good to go. Then you can just inform them your availability, and then accordingly they will give you the shift.
That means there is no waiting period for interview or HR round. You can just directly register and start working in skip. Let's listen what are the cons of skip.
So to be very honest, I didn't find much disadvantages on this kind of job. But yes, if I have to precisely mention, so I would like to mention a couple of things. First thing, the income is not steady. Like you can sometime your income will be good, sometime your income will be bad. You can't consider every single day you have the steady income. Even sometime on the weekends I don't have much income. Like I can say sometime I have earned around $10 per an hour or around $11-12, and then like you are waiting for long for the orders to come and you are simply sitting and waiting. That sometimes you can lose the patience. But yes, since it is not kind of a job, it is kind of your own business. You are running the business, and once you have the customers, then only you can earn. That is one thing I would like to say. And also one more thing I would like to tell about skip now. It's a problem we are facing nowadays. It was not there earlier. That is, since there are so much job loss and a high demand of the job, people are not getting. So there are so many people there considering skip as a source of income now. So earlier it was just a passive income kind of thing, but now there are so many people, they have that this is their main income. So we have the high wait period. Earlier used to get an order maybe within 5 minutes to maximum 7 minutes every time, but now it can be even 15-20 minutes, maybe half an hour. This is another drawback. And the last one, as a con, I can say that no matter, even if it is a, you can see the order is too far, and the price is not that great. So in that case, if you consider to cancel it, you have of course you have an option to cancel it. But once you cancel the order, that means your acceptance the acceptance percentage is reducing, and then you will not be receiving the orders anymore. So that is of course one thing we have to keep in mind. And yeah, that's it.
Let's see, what do you need in order to start Skip?
So the very first thing, you'll be needing a vehicle or a scooter, kind of any kind of sort of transportation. That is a very major thing. But the good part is that even you can go for a very cheap car. You don't have to really spend money on the vehicle. That you need some sort of specification. What usually in Uber they have this safety measure, and the vehicle should not be older than 10 years. But in Skip there is nothing like that, since you are not accommodating any human being there. Second thing is that I had to pay for the police clearance. That Skip is not going to pay for you. It is around $40 that you have to pay for the clearance, and it will be done from the Skip team only. You don't have to do anything. You just have to pay and sign the consent form. And the third thing, and the most important thing, is that you have to have a thermal bag. You have to show them the proof that you have that, or else you have to purchase it from their end. But my experience, if you want to purchase it from the Skip team, it is really costly. They charge you around $80. But there are so many vendors available in the marketplace. You can get a brand new bag that I paid around $20. It should be $20, $25 to $30, depends upon the city where you are doing. But yeah, in that price you can get a bag. And yes, so once you have this police clearance, like it is done. So Skip team will inform you that you have cleared the police clearance thing, and then you have the bag, and then they will inform that, okay, in this location we have the as of now we have the requirement in this particular location. Oh yes, this is another thing for Skip. It is not like that each and every location you can do it. So earlier I used to live in Cambridge, but I had to come to Kitchener or Waterloo in terms of start the service. So yes, and they will mention that this particular location they have the necessity of the driver, and then you accept it. And
That means location is one thing that you need to keep in mind before starting
yes,
Skip.
yes, you have to have the service in that location. If Skip doesn't do delivery, or also one more thing, that for example, sometime if I'm living in London, that is a different city, there also you have the Skip service, but they don't have a requirement of the drivers. So in that case, they will not consider your profile. But in the same time, in Kitchener Waterloo, when I requested, when I started Kitchener Waterloo, they always had this requirement, and I could start immediately. So the major cities, they have the requirement, but since so many people are considering this now, might be it can be a little longer wait time that you have the availability.
Just like the competition has increased in every field.
Right.
That means if you have a car, then you don't need to worry. Just arrange a thermal bag, have your police clearance done, and then you're good to go. So we are now in the third part of this episode, and in this section we will give you some insight of how it feels like to do Skip, and I will ask Dipto how his experience, personal experience and opinion about doing Skip. So tell me, what is your personal experience, because you have been doing this for some time now. If you can share this with our audience.
Sure. So this is kind of my secondary job, and it is not like just now I started it. I started it long back because with my first job, after like the 5 o'clock, I really didn't have anything to do,
Hmm.
and I don't like cooking in the house. So I thought, okay, well, let's do some another job so that if I have to eat from outside, I have enough money for that. So that is the ultimate. That was the ultimate agenda why I started Skip first. So now,
Because I think ordering food from outside is expensive here,
oh yeah,
so it's not very cheap.
yeah,
This is always, I mean, it doesn't matter if you are jobless looking for a job, but also if you want to earn some extra, this is also a good source of income.
right. So that's why along with my first primary job I used to do it. So before this I used to do pizza delivery, but I felt some certain issues that I'd like to recommend skip rather than that, because the first thing is that is kind of, I was just doing another job where I had to go by certain time, and if I'm not available by that time, that was becoming a headache. It is a delivery, but that's the reason I stopped pizza delivery, and so I went for skip the dishes. And because it is of course very much flexible, that it is whenever I am comfortable I can do that. But now that it is, like you have this shift, you have to go there and all. But at least here now they have decided that okay, you have to first give them or send them your availability, that you will be available for, so for example, so and so date. For example, on Friday you will be available from 5:30 in the afternoon, you will be available till 11 o'clock, like that. You want to give your all the availabilities, then they will give you certain shift that is there.
And if I ask you to rate Skip the Dishes among all other online food delivery systems that are available, what you want to rate the Skip?
So if I have to, give a rating for all of the, like out of all of the delivery, services whatever available today's date, I would definitely rate Skip as 3.5. The reason behind that, you can make the most money out of the all the three delivery apps. Yeah, so that is one thing that in skip the dishes, that once you tell that okay, this is your availability, they will give you the shift. Having said that, definitely whenever you are working in between, if you want, you can definitely stop the shift anytime if you have any issues. And even for example, if your shift for example starts at 5 o'clock, and by 4:30 you realize that okay, I don't really want to go for job, for the delivery work today, I'm not feeling good, you just stop it, just cancel your shift. Those benefits are there. Yeah.
Meaning, just it's very much flexible. Like
Right.
you do it when you need it, when you feel it,
Right.
and there is no extra pressure on your shoulder.
Right.
So, my second question will be, what do you love about this job?
Well, so to be very honest, I love driving. Whenever I used to get leisure time after my work, I used to I used to try to find somewhere to go. Some places even I don't have the requirement, I used to go to grocery or somewhere so that I can drive. You know, so that's one of the major reason I started this job, and I like it. That at least you have like this is the thing I like, and that's why I'm doing it. And apart from that, there is no other thing I'm doing. I don't have to clean the shop. I don't have to do any other job. There is only driving, and you have some places to go. That is the major reason, I would say.
So that means try to find a passion in your job. When you love something, then you will do better in your job. That's the rule. And last question to you is, if you want to give one tip, one or two, to people who are considering looking for a skip, so what will be that?
Well, to be very honest, the first thing is that if you really want to earn good money from skip the dishes, you have to consider it as a job. I know that there is no one, no boss. No one will ask you that if you are when you are starting your work, whenever you are leaving. But if you consider it that since because it is flexible, you take the advantage of that. In that case, you don't make much money. To be very honest, and they also monitor, like even skip the dishes. They also monitor that how many deliveries you are accepting and how many you are just ignoring. I always like say, even last time I told that never ever ignore any deliveries, like even though it is cheap, you see that okay, the prices that are like the amount what you are getting, that is not that much, and the kilometer sometimes it happens because like the though it is a tipping job, that means that people usually tip here, but sometimes people don't. But
Yeah.
you, in that case, also you have to accept that. If you don't accept it, that will reduce your acceptance percentage, and that will definitely affect you. So yeah, that's what I will say. That consider it as a job. If you want to do it like full time, I'll recommend that even if you, for example, if you go to office, you have to do 8 hours shift, right? So the same thing here you can do, but at least here you have the benefit that in the morning time, for example, you do for 4 hours or 3 hours, then come back home and take your shower, take the food, have the food, then take some rest, go again. But try to make at least 6 to 8 hours so that you can look into like you can see the money, or else it will look like like usually there are many people that don't make much money because they simply take it as a leisure. At the end you have to understand that a job you are doing.
That means you really need to work for a certain length of time in order to reflect your
Right.
money. If you do for 1 hour, 2 hours, so you may not get enough money that you actually need for the reason you are doing skill.
Yeah.
So more time you put in something, more money you will make. That's
Right.
the strategy.